I always tell people to focus on what you know, and if you don't know, just put it in an SPX cheap fund, right?
Yep.
Right. And maybe now I might say, okay, put 5% in Bitcoin or Ethereum, just red or black.
Yep.
Right, because it's like artwork, but it has
a
upside.
finite amount of artwork.
There's a finite amount of artwork, right, or baseball cards. Right. But yeah, I mean, if I would just tell people an SPX fund, because I think the job of America is still business, and I think whatever benefits will come from AI or whatever is going to
filter into.
Yeah, and I think the FANG stocks are going to crush it. My biggest public holding is Amazon.
Okay.
I think, and we can talk a little bit about valuations there, because people go up and down about the valuation. The way I look at those companies they're the world's greatest startups with liquidity.
Yeah.
Right. If you look at them as just a public company where you want to see what the PE ratio is and what the discounted cash value, you're never going to get it. Right. You're never going to see it. If you say Jeff Bezos, Reed Hastings, those are my two biggest holdings, but even to a lesser extent, Tim Cook, I'm not as sold on Apple necessarily, but they're trying to get there. But Google as well and Facebook as well, they're just nonstop startups. They're in a war, and you can just see the market value accumulating to them because of that. So if you look at, and I don't know the exact numbers you made, the amount of VC invested in tech in any given year, and I have my option of putting in the next Uber, right, or the next Lyft or whatever, versus Amazon, where I get someone I think is smarter and better.
And already has a scale.
And already has scale and already has liquidity.
Yeah.
Amazon's the world's greatest startup. Netflix is the world's greatest
Which makes it harder to innovate. If you were
I think
Mark,
still kick
Mark
their
Cuban,
ass. Starting all over again, I still think you can kick their ass, right?
You do.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think on the margin, you can't, even at that scale, even with all the AI that they both use, there's still on the margin places to make money where they're inefficient. Because it's still vertical, and it still takes time to get to the edges. And so I think there's a lot of opportunities for small companies to come in. And you're seeing a lot of that now. Like you see growth hacks on Kickstarter, where I have one of my companies, a Shark Tank company, that all they do, their whole entire business now is just releasing products on Kickstarter, delivering them, and then going on to the next product.
Okay.
And it's just a pure growth hack. There's other companies that they measure what's selling the best on Amazon. And then they go out and buy those products, brand them, and sell just on Amazon and buy Amazon. And it's just its own little ecosystem where kids are, I try to give this kid some money, right? Literally, because he was so good at it. Didn't need it. He was already making, $1 million a year, working an hour a day just by tracking Amazon.